Welcome, everyone. It is good to be in here today. Happy Tuesday. The market is moving, so I'm just going to start a couple minutes early and just also start out with a prayer. Thank you, Heavenly Father, so much for another day, another opportunity. Thank you for all of your blessings, for your grace, your kindness, and your mercy, and for the abundance of things that you provided in my life. Thank you. Just pray that you grant me wisdom and discernment as I go into the markets this morning. And I ask these things in the name of Jesus. Amen. Okay, let's go have a quick look at the news. And we got this little topic on X. Dollar yen falls 0.5%. That was 3 hours ago. That got the market moving during the London session. And then, so for us coming into the markets now, got consumer confidence and Richmond Manufacturing Index at 10 a.m. Eastern. So nothing super high impact for this session, but there should be, it looks like there's going to be some pretty good movement. The euro dollar is making all new highs right now, so I'm going to go over there. Looks like I'm just missing a trade setup again. So this is the daily chart. The bulls are running away with the euro dollar. We've broken all of these highs now, including that last one. So this area right here, that 1.181 zone was kind of like the heavy level to break, and then there was just one last high right up over here, 1.191, 1.192 was the last high, and we broke that this morning too. So heavy duty bull market today. So we'll drop down and see if we can find some entries. You got to be careful to not buy high. There's going to be some good volatility up here. This will draw a lot of traders in. And you can see here on the hour chart now, just all the way making it nuts again. Darn. Just missed this trade setup in here. That's totally fine. There'll be tons of opportunities. So I don't know. I'm going to back out further and see if there's anything I can find. Okay, this is the weekly chart. I'm going to see if there's anything that stops this. No. Monthly. Looks like it's loading. I rarely pull this chart up, so it's just going to slowly load. So we've got these other highs from 2021 that we're heading into, but they are just not all that relevant during our session. I think this is probably just going to run pretty strong. 0.224 would be a next strong level. And that is a long ways away. So yeah, we're just not gonna have any resistance during our session. If it can hold above that last high, this market should just keep running. So just wait for some pullbacks and try to not buy high. Oh, I want to go over what happened yesterday while that market is just running super far. Wait for it to pull back. I'm gonna pull up the trade history. Okay, so it was back in here. Whoa. My chart is going a little bit psycho. Look at my trade. I don't know if you guys have seen it. My trades are like dancing. It's not happy. All right. So this was yesterday's trading session, this entire bull run over here. I don't know if I can go and zoom in anymore. No. Anyway, we ended up carrying a bunch of trades up into here. And after the session ended, I really should have closed some trades up in these highs, but I was in the middle of making a post on Instagram when it like reversed. It topped out and reversed really quick and heavy, and I missed anywhere near the top, which was kind of annoying, but still locked in good profits for the day. So that was that running bull market, and then we caught some runners. And after that, I traded a little bit. Just there's good volatility right after the session as well. So I just made a little bit after, and so we're starting today out at 10,136.94, and I can see the market pulling back right now. I'm going to just get into that right now. And so you can see my 35 pip stop losses don't look so far away because they're just right in the chart now. It's because this market has run so much in the last couple hours. So we'll have to be careful because at any moment we could see this market pull back strong. 40, 50 pips wouldn't be difficult for it to do on a day like today. So you just be cognizant of big pullbacks and high volatility as we enter into this market where we're into all new areas, all new highs. Be lots of traders, which is good. There's going to be tons of opportunities today. Oh, good morning, Larry. Nice to have you in here this morning. How are you doing today? just grazed the take profit and did not hit it. Okay, getting a pop down right onto a level that I can see right here. So I'm just going to add one right in there where that just paused momentarily. There's a good level. And then another level, probably right in here. Just in the bottom of this valley here. And then another level right in here. And then I'm going to get another level down here. And today will be a day where I probably will hold some running trades again. But on this first dip down, I'm not going to hold the trades just yet. I'm going to wait for a little bit of consolidation in the lower range. And then I'll hopefully trade the little consolidation. And then I'll potentially hold some running trades once that happens. So I want to see a deeper pullback before I start. A deeper pullback with a little consolidation before I hold trades. And I'll keep fading the market to be the first one to the consolidation right in here. Put a couple trades here. And you know what? I think I'm going to, on a day like today, I'm going to bump up my take profits to 3 pips today. Just because there's the volatility is high, these price cycles are bigger. So I'm going to just slow myself down by extending my take profits up just a little. And we should have no problem hitting those. Let's go and just measure these little 1-minute cycles. See up in here, there's almost 5 pips just in that little consolidation. So the market is really moving well today. If we just go maybe just over here at this peak, we've got another 5 pips. So our consolidation little ranges are about 5 pips. So 3 pip take profits should also hit just fine today. And for me, it just helps to slow me down a little. I have a heavy foot and a heavy clicking finger too that I have to control. So I'm just gonna zoom in just a little here. And I'm gonna put one of these targets just below the low of that candle, and I'm gonna stretch one of these targets just a little bit above, but inside that line. So I'm just splitting the difference and creating a little diversification in my positioning. and just tag in one of those targets perfectly. And I'll get back into another one again because it took one. It lets me just drop a tiny bit lower. No, did not quite get one on that candle, and we actually have a body break above these highs, which is a 3-bar reversal. So there's a good chance the market will continue to the upside now. And then we've got our longer target to hit on that layer. So either way, we're good. If that goes up or down, both are good. And the market's already extending into that recent high. It's a little bit early in the candle for it to go and make a new high. So I'm going to quickly zoom in here and add another trade to go long. And closing strong with a new high. So we should see a little bit more follow through. Just gonna buy that dip. And now I've got to wait to add to my position in this lower level down here. So I don't want to oversize. But right now, I'm good. Just starting to break the highs on the last couple candles. There's one target, 2 and 3. Perfect. I'm going to take one trade loss off the top. Just to keep that risk down, and in case it doesn't want to travel all the way up. And on any pullback, I will build back into this trade. There we go. I'm going to buy another one right there. See, this is new data coming in real time. Got this little ledge right here. So that's what I'm seeing. So I just bought on that support. And then we've got another layer down here. I think I'm going to stretch one of these targets up here, just in case it wants to keep running. So I'll add another one down on this layer, and I'll spread out a couple in this zone. Probably get one here and then one here, maybe two at the very bottom if it comes back down there. Man, the volatility is so good. That candle is moving like that last bear candle that came in. That's a 4 pip candle. Yeah, I might drop down to 2 pips again. I might fluctuate between 2 and 3 pips depending on what I'm seeing. Okay, I'm gonna grab one trade here. See that trade? It's just at the top of that candle, so that's also pretty good. That trade target. There's just, if I drop down to 2 pips again, we could probably hit targets multiple times in one candle. And so I'm going to consider doing that as I'm watching the candles form, their fluctuation. It would just be nice in and out super quick. So I'm going to leave those on at 3. I'm going to just drop one down to 2 pips. And I'll trade as soon as that touches that line, get into another one. Okay, strong close to the downside. Let's see, test those. Okay, here's one trade. There we go. Oh, that was cool. I like nailed the absolute bottom of that candle. And that was slippage, so I'm gonna just take that profit right there. That's 2 pips. Because when I got in the market, it slipped and I got the bottom, and then my target was a little bit too high under these um, candle lows, so that's why I took that profit manually, because I wanted my take profit to be below those lows, so I just quickly took that profit manually, and then on any more dips I'll do the same thing again if it drops down. Just keeping my finger on the trigger because there's so many little opportunities. Get in here, and my target doesn't quite fit in this high, so that was kind of too early. So it drops down to that low. Yeah, I can take one more at that low, and then I'll have to hold down to that low, and then really have to hold to get down to here. If we get down to here, this will also be a really good spot. That's where I'll start picking up trades and holding on to positions. If it drops all the way down to there, that's when I'm going to start trading through the consolidation, picking up some pips, and then I'll also start grabbing some trade positions and holding on to them for the bigger move. But we'll see what happens when we get there, if we get there. Zooming back in, we're just breaking the apex, the nadir candle's high. This is the nadir candle, or the pivot point, pivot candle. Just missed the target. Okay, gonna buy right here. That puts the target in at a good spot. Just on all these bodies. But it looks like we're gonna drop down. So get ready. I'm gonna put 2 or 3 orders in on this line. And then also, as I place my orders down on this line, I'm gonna pick up the buys, and as they take profit, I'll be shaving off risk by closing for losses on those upper trades. So just a heads up, as I'm trading, that's what I'm going to be prepared to do. And I'm just talking through it ahead of time because the market's moving so quick. So when that market drops down, I buy, and then as it takes profit, I take another loss. Okay, just took profit. And then see, this ended up being a pivot over here. So when I took the loss, this trade over here was a loss. But now, when this market pulled all the way back here, I don't need the market to travel very far to go and hit my profits. But if I still had a trade position all the way up here, I'd be a lot further from the top of my position. So this trade in here brought my dollar cost lower, which is what I want to always continue doing while I'm buying. I want to keep buying low, and then I'm going to buy right here. And then anytime I get the opportunity, just take off some risk, take off some losses. Okay, now it looks like it wants to come down to this next level. Any more push, and I'll grab another 1 or 2. One more trade on this level. There. And then that's the last one. Now I'm going to have to let this market ride. And I'll just float the position for a while. If it can find a bottom in here somewhere, then I'll start trading. But I want to see it come down to here before I start trading otherwise. So it's going to just be a waiting game. looks like the market's found a little pivot on this line. So we've got another new nadir candle that's come in. So as it breaks the high of that one, that starts to create the 3-bar reversal and a turn. So there we just held above that high. The body closed just above it, so that's a turn. So now it's free to travel back up, have a leg upward. I just grab one more position on those lows again. Trying to get my trades positioned under that recent candle high because it's going to be a new consolidation zone. And there's profit on that one. See how that grabbed that dip, and this turned into just a mini little consolidation zone right in here. It's like that nadir candle started to form this mini consolidation, and now it's trying to make its break to the upside as it breaks these hot candle highs. There's some more profit as this hits this layer. I'm going to shave off losses. You can see actually the market is bouncing off of these lows. These have become resistance back here. And so didn't quite pop through to hit that layer. Okay, if it drops back down, I'll grab another one or two. Only at the lows though. I gotta wait for it to come back to these new candle lows. Okay, just one trade. And that target comes in a good spot. I'll grab one more if I can find a bottom right at these lows. Right here. Okay. So now that target's also in a good spot. So if this is going to just be the consolidation for the next few minutes, I want to take advantage of that little range. And now if I can hit these targets, I'll take off another loss off the top, which I didn't quite get to on that last candle. So I want to start shaving off that risk as soon as I can. Oh, just missed those targets. Okay, so I'm getting my finger on the trigger for the close. So if it pops up and hits those two, I'll then close one of the upper positions for a loss. There we go. And I'm going to close one as well. Perfect. So that's that good active risk management. Take out a trade position all the way back here for a loss over here, and that brings the dollar cost averaging much lower. So I don't need the market to travel very far in my favor for me to end up in profits. And that's what I always want to do. I want to keep the market, my break even and my profit targets always close to me, as close as I possibly can at all times. So we got another target. I'm gonna take this one target off. Oh, nope. I missed it. I actually closed the other one. So I'll see what I do with that as it gets there, if it gets up there. But I accidentally closed the wrong take profit. It's okay. I took profit instead, which is good. That's what we're trying to do. Take some profit. So I'll just also be waiting for the market to dip lower to get ready to buy it. And we're now creating a bigger turn. I just pulled the 5-minute chart here for a second. Yeah, you can see I can't zoom in anymore. Why is that? Okay. Well, we're just breaking that 5-minute candle. This is the 5-minute candle nadir at the bottom of this, becoming a pivot point. So as that 5-minute candle breaks this 5-minute candle, that starts to open up the doors for another leg up. Here, I'm going to take off the trade history so we can just see it better. See how that 5-minute candle is breaking this 5-minute candle's high. And for the next few minutes, if it can hold above there, that starts to confirm the 3-bar reversal on the 5-minute chart. Oh, Larry, you've got your LVO platform running. Yeah, they definitely do move a little bit differently. But yeah, I wasn't able to get mine. Yeah, I wasn't able to get mine loaded up. It still just won't load. Okay, trying to make a new high again. And it's doing it. And because that accidentally took the take profit off of that trade, I'm just going to secure it at a break even right behind that 1-minute candle. So that's now a free trade and I can just forget about it. Or I can trail it up for a profit. There's another profit target hit. If this candle extends quickly, I'll try and just take that profit as on the extension. If I can, I want to take profits on extensions. So see how I moved this target way up here? It could easily get there, but Depends on how quickly the candle moves as to whether I'll sit here and wait for it, or if it extends up kind of quick, I'll just take the profit. If it keeps building slowly, candle by candle, probably just leave that target there and it will get there. So now we've got confirmed close on the 5-minute chart. Super strong candle close right in here. It's a really strong 3-bar reversal on the 5-minute chart. So this is very likely going to keep heading up. Okay, and I'm just also going to secure this one by moving my stop loss behind it. I just don't want it to turn to a loser. That way I just don't have to think about it. It will make a profit either way. And on any pullbacks, I'll also start to buy again. With that 5-minute candle closing so strong, I want to just take any little pullback I can get. Here we go. I'm going to buy one right here. And that one took profit already. That was a good little trade setup. And the market is pushing into these high. Oh, see how I'm going to buy this? Oops. Wrong button. Anyway, buy. I'm going to buy a couple right here. We should see this market go and hit this high and test it. So if this drops down, it's going to hit that stop loss for a small profit. And then I'll re-put a new layer back in. Place one trade right here. And we've got so it hit the stop loss. So that one trade took profit on the stop loss. And I'm going to buy another one right here. Oh, nice, Larry. You're at almost a 1/4% profit. That's amazing. Super good. Grab another little trade right here as the market comes down to, oh wow, okay, to, okay, this is a big candle to the downside, so I'm going to add another one right here. Oh, okay, this is, well, what was super strong on the bullish side. Now this pattern has showed up, so I'm gonna have to hold off on my adding trades. I'm gonna show you what I'm seeing. I don't know if anybody, okay, we just took profit, so I'm gonna go and shape one of those off the top because I'm seeing these 3 points come in here. This is an indication of a drop lower. It's like a head and shoulders being developed right now. The market just be, it could also reject that pattern. This is now a consolidation zone in these candles, which is huge. That's a 6 pip candles back and forth, and now we're breaking that high, which is becoming a 3-bar reversal on the 1 minute chart to the upside. So I was a little bit concerned that this pattern was shaping up to being a head and shoulders and that this market would drop down heavily, but it just negated that pattern right there, and now we just hit more profits. Man, the volatility is so good. And just add back into that trade right there. On any dip, I'm going to buy it again. Zoom back in here. Buy it again here. And then I'll wait for it to go back down to the bottom of this consolidation. Just took profit. So any push lower again, and I'm going to buy right there. I'm going to buy again, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to hold there. Wow, this is wild. 1, I'm going to buy this dip, 2, and I'm going to lighten up that 1 layer if I get an opportunity because it's a little bit heavy. If you can hit it. Okay, I'm going to just take 1 loss as well. So I took 2 profits and 1 loss on this layer. Just to lighten it up because I kind of got in a little bit too heavy. So now I'm going to wait for it to drop down into these lows. And then I'll add back in probably another 3 to match that layer size. And so now that head and shoulders pattern is now starting to shape back up again. Just wild, wild movements. I mean, it's just good. Okay, one trade in here. I'm going to try and get up to 3 if it drops down. So here's 2. And one more if it dips again. If it takes profit, I'll just lighten that layer one more time. So I've got my finger on the close, the trigger to close for a loss. If it dips down, I will buy. One more. But now that head and shoulders is coming right back into play, which is, so we got the one point there, we've got this point here, and this point here. So this market could drop down aggressively at any point. So I'm just being careful that this could easily extend a couple price cycles down. And I'm going to quickly go find, if it were to drop quick, I don't want these to be tagged out there. I've got to just stretch this out a little ahead of time. I want it to be able to come down and hit this level. I know this is a long ways away, but I want to just in case it drops down super quick, I don't want it to run into those stop losses because those aren't supposed to get hit. And I'm preparing to manage my risk ahead of time. Shouldn't need to worry about it. I just, on a day like today, you could just see it shoot down super strong. I don't think it's going to be a worry, but now if it wants to, it can come running down into this level. That's the 189. Yeah. Okay. So see, that pattern is shaping up. So I will buy again on that level. And I just bump this back up to 3 pips. One right in here. I'm going to get into at least 4 trades. And then I need to get profits and shave off some losses at the first opportunity. I need to go back down to the 1-minute chart. Okay, just took profit on that one trade. Unfortunately, I didn't get in more. I needed to get in more so I could take off some losses. And we've got an engulfing candle again on the 1-minute chart. So now we'll see if this holds and turns again. Just wild. Huge moves today. But it is good. So if this drops all the way back down to these lows, I'll buy and try and get into 4 trades. but it would also kind of be nice if it decided to make its turn here. Either way, just go up or down. News. News in 8 minutes. Is that in 5 minutes now? What news? Did I miss something? I feel like maybe I must have missed some news. Oh, HPI monthly, S&P, CS composite. Okay. These are yellow folders coming in, and our trades are starting to take profits. We're getting a turn on the 1 minute chart again, which is fantastic. If I can just hit that last one. Nice. I'm going to just shave off a loss off the top. Wow, this market is so good. Okay. Any pullback, I'm going to buy it again. Because we've now confirmed a strong turn on the 1 minute chart. And I think that would be a wick on the 5 minute. Yep. So now we've got a big wick on the bottom, that 5 minute chart. So that head and shoulders tried to come in. And it seems like the 5 minute chart is rejecting it, but you can see the attempt. It made a pretty good leg down. It doesn't even necessarily have to be over yet either. If this 5 minute candle comes all the way back down, then this pattern is still in play. But there is some serious wrestling. And we've got 4 minutes to the top of the hour. If this pulls back down to this level, I'll buy again. So now from that pivot all the way down to here, wow, we've got 23 pips. It was nice big consolidation range. I'm going to buy again right in, buy right here. One more dip and I'll buy again right here. Okay. And one more if it dips lower. And then again, if the market goes up and hits some profits, I'll shave off another loss just to keep bringing that dollar cost average down. I want to keep my break even and all my targets always close to me. So that little bit of news, those yellow folders are in 1:20. I don't expect them to do too much, but because the market's moving so actively, they could just bring in some, who knows, could bring in some action. And 1 minute to that news. Just gonna buy one more if it dips down again. Thirty seconds. in 10 seconds. See if these do anything. I barely even look at yellow folders, so we'll see if they do anything. If they're large values, they really could move. So it's good for the dollar, but how good? Just barely. It seems like I don't really know this news event too well, but it looks like there's nothing substantial. The forecast is 1.2%. The actual was 1.4% for the dollar. So there's nothing really it's not a catalyst for change. So I don't imagine it to send this into a bear leg. Just missed those targets again. Gonna just drop my take profit back down to 2 so that I can make money inside the range. Buy one right there. And see, now my target is below these recent highs. Now I'm going to bump it back up to 3 and wait for the market to come all the way down to these lows. And just took profit on that one trade. Wasn't enough to shave off any other risk yet. Got to get into a full layer. And now, so when this market drops down, I also need my targets below these body lows right here and this red line. So I want to see the market drop all the way back down to here. Ideally, before I add layers again, add another layer. Just going to add one here because it's not wanted to drop. And that 3 pip take profit is too much. So I'm going to manually pop that off right there. Oh, and actually closed one for a loss as well. Oh no, it was a 0, a break even. And he popped down. See how that's really flickering? Okay, there's another profit hit. It's days like today where if you're paying attention and you take those little pops down, you can just make money so quickly. It is my favorite type. Like right now, this is my favorite trading. Absolutely solid, healthy market movement. Just brushing into that take profit right now. Just a little pop, take profit. And I'm going to drop this back down to 2 to trade inside the current little range in case it pops down. If it pops down, I'll buy another one. Target hit. I'm going to just remove the take profit just on this lower trade in case this wants to break up. Because we've got this double bottoming type pattern right in here. It might go, it might not. If it drops down, we'll just buy more. But it kind of looks like it's going to pop back up to the top. And if that's the case, I'm going to hold on to one trade. One target hit. Just got 2 more to go up here. Nice. 2 hit. And I'm going to secure this bottom one right behind that 1 minute candle. So that's a free trade. Awesome. It's so good this morning. Any dip, I'm going to buy it. Let's have a look at the 5-minute chart. And we are I'm going to buy that dip. We are breaking back into this level above this red line and over these 5-minute candle highs. So we're turning again. Actually, I think it might be a better turn on the 15-minute chart. Not quite yet. Not quite yet. Gonna buy this dip. And now my targets are coming in below that recent high. I'm gonna just drop this one down just a tiny bit. Keep it inside that high. See if we can make some profits before it makes a new high. The idea is that I'm continually trading inside ranges. So I always want to have my targets inside of highs and lows, because they're just such a high probability target to hit. It doesn't have to make a new high. It just needs to trade in the range that it's already in order to hit profits. So if we can hit that, we'll see what happens to this top one. I might just take that one off for a loss. 2 more targets hit. And see, it doesn't have to break the new high yet. If it goes back down, I can trade the range still. So I got my finger on the trigger. As soon as it dips down, I'll buy it again. I'm gonna buy one right here. And it just is on the recent high, so it's just a tiny bit early. Another drop lower, I'll buy. Just a tiny bit lower. And taking profit. Taking more profit. Solid. These are my favorite days. And you can see it's running into that old support resistance line at the bottom of this apex, right in here, and it's hitting this high. So just a little bit of resistance right here. I think on a day like today, it's still gonna just run up and hit that. So I'll just leave that target on for now. It's the last one. And I'm just gonna be on the trigger ready to buy any more dips. How's the market treating you now, Larry? Is this good market moves for you? Okay, I'm gonna buy. If it dips down, I'll buy again. I just want it to go against me. And my target was just a tiny bit too high. Just outside of. There we go. Another profit target hit. Okay, go against me again, please. Here's another opportunity. One buy. It's just a tiny bit out of the highs, so it's a little early. I'm gonna buy right here. That will get the next target in below these highs. So that's good. Profit target hit. See, it hit it before the old highs. I'm gonna take the other one off right there, so it doesn't have to break and make new highs, and I'm gonna be back on the trigger again. See, I know that was super quick, but when you know where your targets are supposed to be, I'm gonna buy any more. I'm gonna buy right here, and it's just a touch out of the highs again, but I'm gonna be ready to buy. Oh, that was a bad buy. Getting a little too antsy here. Getting excited. Buy that dip. Buy that dip. And then I gotta hold because now it's getting a little bit heavy on the top. Spread just jumped. What just happened? 914. That was a little bit strange. The spread is jumping right now. It's just a weird flicker. Market's trying to make a turn on the 1 minute chart. This is the mini new little pivot candle, the nadir candle. And if it can run up to the top, I'm going to shave off that last one that's above all these highs. Probably just take it for a loss or just a really small loss, depending on how we get there. Okay, just hit profit targets. I think I might have got some negative slippage on that. Oh, I got positive slippage on one trade. And just a tiny bit of negative slippage on the other. So crushing it right now for profits on these. I haven't been counting, but there's been a good amount of trades. It's a good, healthy market for pulling in income today. And I just missed my target up there. I'm going to buy the dip right here. And then if I get another up leg, I'm going to try and shave off some risk. We're going to tap out that other trade. Okay, so just hold. Looks like we're going to turn down again. And the market's just having a hard time getting back up to those highs. That's okay. I think I'll still look for more opportunities to hold a couple trades here and there. But for now, it looks like it's just consolidation, which is also great. So I want to hold down to this line now. I'm just seeing new data come in right now. We've got these pivots right in here. And the market's trying to break that little mini trend right now. So there's a good chance we'll come and test these new lows back over here. And back over here. So I'm just going to hold and wait for the market to drop down. I'm just a little bit heavy up top. I should have shaved off some risk when it popped back up, but I just missed it. Actually, only just wicked in there. But thankfully, it hit some profits before it dropped down. And the market's trying to turn back up instead of coming down. So just hit another profit target. I'm gonna just shave off that one on the top. So I just took a loss there. I'm gonna take one trade and put it back up to the top. Drops down, I'll buy it again. Need to come down to these lows before I buy it. Buy that dip. Dip. I'm gonna take profit on one of those and then shave off the top one. So that's a really quick risk mitigation move. That was super quick. I did it manually just to adjust my break-even line closer. Okay, another profit target hit. And I was going to manually take that one trade because it popped up so quick and it jumped right back down. Just missed it. It's a lot of flickering in here right now. It's indicative of a bigger candle, so I'm going to just actually move that one that didn't hit. I'm going to move that one up. So much flickering, so much movement. I think we're going to see a pop higher. Okay, riding into those highs right now. Gonna just remove that one take profit. Okay, breaking higher. I'm gonna secure that one behind that 1 minute candle. So that's a free trade. And it's trying to make new highs right now. Just gonna pull back out and see what's going on. Yeah, it should go and try these highs. So that one target can make a good size profit if it can hit it. And it looks like it wants to. So close. Super strong 1 minute bar. And we've officially broke out of this range. So it's opening up the doors for a much bigger move higher too. But I want to keep taking my profits inside these highs. So just missed that. I'm going to just buy right in here. That target just puts me just above that high on the 1 minute candle. So it's not exactly where I want it to buy that dip. And I'm going to pull these ones back down so that they can hit before making a new high again. Nice trading, Larry. That's awesome. 0.23 in a couple accounts. Super good. Good trading. Oh, man. Just missed those take profits. Okay. Let's buy that back. You can see how I'm trying to hold on to those runners, but the market doesn't want to do it right now. So I gotta stop wasting my time on them for the moment. And now because we've got a turn on the 1 minute chart heading back down, I want to take some profit and loss off of my top trades. And we've got this trend coming in here. Now, profit target hit. If I can, gonna take one lot. Oh, bad execution on there. There we go. Another profit target hit. And I still do have one trade to run. I said I wasn't going to bother with them. I did a quick maneuver again just to hold one trade. Okay, it's breaking all the highs. And on the long term, there's nothing holding it back. So the market could really have a strong move. Look at the size of that candle. Wow, look at it push. That's crazy. We don't usually see that. But that has everything to do with where the market's at right now in the long term. That was a 10, 11 pip candle. That's the first one in a confirmed break. So if we go over to the 1 hour chart, zoom in here, we just broke all those highs. And I'm gonna just take the profit on that one. It was just such a big candle. And then just wait. So we're doing good today. We're at 10,166, and we started at we started at 10,136, and now we're at 66, so we're up $30. Market pushing higher again. And we're right at the 9.5 level. So 195. Those are usually the 500 levels are usually spots where you get lots of bouncing around. So we should see a good amount of volatility back and forth. But it's also in a spot where there's nothing to hold it back, so it could just blow past. So we'll see. Any big dips though, I'm gonna get ready to buy it. So we have a 5-minute candle, super strong confirmed break again. I just don't want to buy. This 194 level is a strong spot now. Just taking profit. Took more profit. And another one. 3 in a row. Okay, if it pushes down, I'll buy it again. That one here. Buy here. And if this market pushes back up, I've got a couple in the high spot, and I have two positions that are a little bit high. So if I get one opportunity, I'm just going to take the other one off for a break even or a small profit. I just don't want to have two sitting at the top. Okay, there's one profit target. I can just take the other one off. More profit. Perfect. And if it shoots up higher from here, I probably will short it. Oh no, I'm not going to. Not yet. If it 2 to 3 candles, if it's still extending itself, then I'll short it. But it's got to be way overextended because of where it's at. I keep forgetting it really is at all new highs. And it's my instinct, my natural tendency to short big runs. But on a day like today, I got to be far more careful of doing that. So be happy to just stay on the buy side. Okay, there's one pullback. I'll buy that. In just less than 20 minutes to the news. Okay, there's another pullback. I'm gonna buy that. Just got my finger on the trigger in case it drops. I'm gonna buy it again. Gonna buy that dip. Buy that dip. Right in those lows. That's what I'm seeing right now. I'm gonna just put them in. Put this little line in here. That's what I'm looking at. If it pushes down, I'll buy one more. Right onto that line. If we can get there. There we go. I'm gonna buy that. And then I'll just be looking to shave off some risk if I get some profit on the top side. Just hitting some profits. Just buying the lows again. And then if I can get any more profit, I'll take one of the losses off the top. I don't want to carry those if this market's going to drop too far down. Just keep in the habit of shaving off the risk. Okay, there's another profit target. One more pop and I'll take the loss again. Just want to see if we can get that one more target. It's dipping back down. I'm going to just buy it again. If it dips down there, right there, I'll buy it again. Super quick management today. Buy one more, and then I'm going to have to hold. Have my finger on the trigger to take a loss as soon as those little targets get hit, if they get hit. You can see that they're still in a really good spot, super high probability spot. But the market is in a spot also where this could drop off. So if it drops, I'm going to just hold and let it run down for a bit. And I'll pick up some more buys on that line. Just gonna okay. Starting to push onto that layer, onto that line, so I can pick up a few trades. I got two in. If it can hit those, I will just take one of those trades off the top. If it pushes down, I'll add one more. About 8 minutes to the news. See you tomorrow, Larry. Thanks for stopping in. Have a good rest of your day. Now it looks like we've got a nadir candle coming in again. If we can break these highs, then it opens the door for a leg higher. Just closing on breaking the high of that candle, which actually is the nadir. So we've got a confirmed 3-bar reversal and a little bit of profit right there. Market is free to have a leg up if it wants to. Getting more profit targets. Hitting more profit targets. I'm going to take a loss off the top. And I'm going to just stretch that target out a little bit more to compensate. And we're almost at the news, so got 2 minutes and change. Okay. Getting really close to that consumer confidence news. And that is just 1 minute away now. Thirty seconds. 10, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can see the flickering around. Just take that profit. Any of the flickers down, I'll still buy them. Negative on the dollar, 84.5. Oh, it's fairly negative. Yeah, so that's not going to help the euro dollar to come down or the dollar to gain any strength. That tells me we should just see continuation. So I'm going to just keep buying these dips. Another profit target. I think I might just call that. We're just hitting new highs again. I don't want to buy at the top. It is the time of the morning when we could see a reversal, so I think I'm just going to call that for our session today. And I'm just going to calculate what we made in the session. So we're at 10. $10,177.66, and we started at 10,136.94 equals $40.72 today. And then divide that by 10,136.94.